Meantime, meteorologist Peter Hall is out on our weather deck. Pete, if folks have plans to head out tonight, maybe for dinner or to take a kid to an activity, what can they expect?
Actually, it's a really quiet evening and overnight. Not much wind. We've got just a few clouds in the sky. It's actually quite pretty. Yes, it's a little chilly, I'll give you that. But numbers are going to be coming up the next couple of days. So let's talk about that. It's part of our next Weather Makers. So in the short term, numbers are going higher. That's going to mean not only milder numbers, but it means more melting. And you know, this time of year, well, we've got to keep an eye on springtime flooding. And I think the issue is first ice jam river flooding, which is very difficult to figure out where those occur, because what happens is when it gets warmer, some ice which is built up on lakes, creeks, rivers, and streams breaks off, and then a bunch does, and then it gets to a corner and goes, and then it gets all stuck, and then it acts like a bridge, and actually more than a bridge, a dam, and then it holds the water back, and then it floods everything behind the ice jam. So if you live along a river, stream, or creek, you probably know about this, although there hasn't been that much ice jam river flooding in the previous seasons because we haven't had a lot of snow. You need to be weather aware about this, especially for Wednesday and Thursday. It does turn colder again, though, late Thursday and into this coming weekend, so I think some of those waterways will likely at least partially refreeze because it is going to get colder. But first, let's recap and come back to the current time, or near current time, and take you hour by hour. Overnight, it's really quiet, just a few thin clouds. By tomorrow morning, we'll probably see clouds thicken over the Finger Lakes. We'll try to squeeze in a little sun at sunrise, and then it's not like it's completely cloudy the entire day, but there'll be more clouds than anything else. I can't rule out a passing sprinkle or flurry in the morning, but you also notice some holes in the clouds here. So some breaks of sun trying to come out, and I think most of us should get well into the 40s. I'm going to go for a high of 47. The best chance of 50 is right over here by Canandaigua and Geneva. Otherwise, really, tomorrow's a pretty decent day. It's not really that much precipitation, and that continues for Tuesday night. Well, Pete, you mentioned flooding. Is it just for the temperature? Well, the answer is no. There is some rain coming our way, but a little more notable rain here Wednesday. I think at the very least, occasional rain showers are likely. And notice the temperatures. From the 81 corridor west, that's the best chance of 50 plus, maybe even close to 60, especially for, again, Geneva and Canandaigua and Geneseo. Further to the east, closer to the 40s to near 50. Either way, it is going to be wet through the day. So how much rain are we talking about? Well, not much through 7 a.m. Wednesday. Most spots just get a few hundredths of an inch. But you go through, how about 5 p.m.? Notice how there's a extra rain here and there. So what's going on here? With a southerly wind, it's upslope. So the wind goes up the hills here, and that's going to squeeze out some more rain here and also here. So if you're in one of those areas that are in light blue or pinks and reds, now you're talking upwards of an inch, maybe even an inch and a half, 2 inches or more. And those are the areas and the streams and rivers connected and creeks that could be problematic. Just for example, the Black River Basin and tributaries, the United Creek, Delta Lake. We'll also keep an eye as well on the Shenango River and the Tafneoga River and all area lakes and creeks and rivers. And the easiest thing as we take a look at the Stanley Law Skywatch is if you're typically in an area that gets that type of flooding in spring, be on the lookout. But right now, let's enjoy this great sunset on the Regency Tower camera back inside.
All right, Pete, thank you.